Hi, so I've done 4 new tips for visualstudiotips.co.uk for November, so I thought I'd go through and share each of those with you. If you've not already checked out visualstudiotips.co.uk, go there now, bookmark it, check it out regularly. It's got 32 tips at the moment, ranging from all different things you can do in Visual Studio. And a bit of a heads up, I've got a Christmas Advent calendar starting on the 1st of December where there will be a 1 tip a day revealed, just like a Christmas calendar, but no chocolate. Right, on to the first tip. Change white space colour. Now, previously we have shown how to toggle white space on and off. If you hate white space as much as me, it's pretty handy. However, the default colour in Visual Studio 2019, if you're in a dark theme, which I tend to work in most of the time, a lot of people do, is a really dark blue on black, which I'm going to toggle it on and off now and see what you think. You can hardly see it. It's so subtle, you might as well not have it on. But what you can do is change that colour to be something a bit more obvious and, dare I say, useful. So if I go to font colours and find visible white space, that's the one you want, and change that to, let's go for yellow, and toggle that on. By the way, the toggle for that is Control RW if you want the keyboard shortcut. There we go. So we can see now the white space is a lot more obvious. Now, working with yellow as I have for a while, it does jar on you a bit. So I'm just going to turn that off, and I recommend you have something a bit less subtle, a bit more subtle than yellow. So I quite like a nice orange on black, not unlike the Netflix series. Hang on. Right, so show white space. I change that to an orange. I think orange on black is an awesome colour scheme and half decent Netflix show. That's orange is the new black. Okay, orange is the new white space colour in this context. So that's tip number 1. Okay, on to tip number 2. Go to matching bracket. Now, if you've got a large code file, you can use go to matching bracket to, and it's very, very nested deep. You can do control and curly bracket, and it will toggle between the beginning and end brackets. And even if it's on not nicely indented, it will still toggle between the starting and matching brackets. That's quite nice for methods. It's quite nice for conditional statements, especially if they're multiple levels deep. And it works at any levels as far as I'm aware. There we go. There's the class beginning and end brackets. So that's tip number 2. On to tip number 3. Go to MVC View. Now, I've only really just discovered this one. I spend a lot of my time writing MVC code, so it's quite useful. So if you have a controller, not unlike this one, if you are in a view, an action method which returns a view, wherever you are in there, if you do Control MG, it will open the view that is returned from that action result. Control minus, by the way, gets me back to where I was. So that's tip number 3, go to MVC View. On to tip number 4, make uppercase. It's pretty boring, this one, but I will show you anyway. So if you've got some code and for some reason you want to make it all uppercase, you want to be a bit shouty, if you do Control Shift U, that will make it all uppercase, and then it makes things uppercase. What can I say? And that is tip number 4. Okay, so that is the 4 new tips I have added to visualstudiotips.co.uk this November. Again, check them out if you haven't already. Bookmark it. Check the site out regularly. And the calendar is starting in December, like all good calendars. Christmas ones, that is. And I have been Lee Englestone. I have a blog at manchesterdeveloper.com. I am on Twitter at Lee Engelstone, and I have another site called xamarinarkit.com, which I'm working on to record some my learnings using ARKit in Xamarin. Thank you very much.